teachers all the time. Teachers should not be doing this, teachers should not be doing that and all that. But I also want to believe that most of the time, Dusen Sago, there's always, like a force behind, that sometimes push them to do certain things that really is very much unethical.
We are as mature people, we are teachers, trained, and we'll be able to control our sexual desires. Now, these are, some of these students will have a crush, as we say in America,
Crush
on the teacher. I just love this teacher. And then you will do anything to get the teacher's attention. Some of us teachers also will leave notes, certain comments on the child's book, and the child will willfully leave something there as if he has forgotten. Now, but you must be in control. As a teacher, when you say some of these things, you don't blow your top off. You must be in control. It may be you can say to Hadija, can I see you? And so, this was a picture you forgot in your book. In your book. Please make sure that you don't forget these things in my class again, in my lesson book, otherwise I will give you a 0. So please make sure. So these are the things you tell them. Because if you get too boisterous out there, they can also defend themselves by making up stories that you said, you do this to me, that's why I did this. So, but telling them that this is not proper and appropriate, then they will also learn and know that this is not should happen.
Okay, and something that is also very much important. I think most of the time now, some elders do say that school of nowadays, the uniform, most people, especially girls, turn it into fashion. Especially those sometimes who wear a skirt, their skirts are always very short, and those with button shirts. I think there's this thing they call push-up. If you wear it like you pushed up. And normally when that is done, like some people, I've even seen with my naked eyes drawing certain designs, this very, very sensitive part of the body, opening it so that any guy, will just come and see. Or sometimes even, in classes, you'll see a teacher marking, and then this girl will just come and press the, the boobs on top of the teacher, which I believe are all, sexual attacks.
Okay. Again, as we said, growing up is not easy. And we have our young ladies who are growing very fast, our young men who are growing very fast, and we have our very young teachers also in the teaching system. But we, again, as we said, need to help them so that they can be able to control their emotions, especially their sexual desires. Now, every school has a dress code for uniform. And that should be appropriate and should be emphasized by the senior management team of the school, and parents should be aware of those things. Now, children leave home to come to school. Now, parents should see them the way they dress coming to school, and know that there is always a PTA meeting. And before your child is accepted into that school, the do's and the don'ts are expressed very seriously.
Rules and regulations.
Now, so if you go beyond that, we need to send you to go home to do it. Most of these things are done by the students just to look for attention or thinking that cheap popularity. And the inferiority complex of some of them push them into doing this. But if you have that self-confidence in you, that if I dress appropriately and I look good as a student, I'll be respected as a student. So there are certain parts of you should be covered. But if you expose them at a very early age, you are creating a problem for yourself. So students need to be reminded about these things. Teachers need to be helped also so that such situations are not created. Getting students to come around you and surrounding you and ask you, there are alternatives you can do. Collect their books, mark and pass. But if you allow them to come near you, you're creating a lot of tension for yourself. Asking students to go to their class and you're beating them in their bottom, move to your class, and you're beating them.
And some people will say, where's your badge?
Where's your badge? Here. All of these things are not necessary. Shouldn't be happening. So we can avoid all of these. But again, as I said, the children are entrusted in our care. We must look at them with those eyes and then be able to help them.
Buka konom infertility tu kanu sonten kan nafam fo difu sonten na fetani fana kaba min nafay katu njuk nafayan tom nafayo to famfang difu sonten na fola ofe ujika ja hafe ka jupe kala ko nyatu kunyila ko le kane mankula ko lema ku gagade kunyila kane mankula ko anu mokate dukute bu kunyila mankujo mankana ku juk wana kammi duniye
e yu jadi jo ya gemena jorli jal leti enile kason nakete nile leti ket karak leti lu kew suso
e kenge yati wakan mi man jamora e jube babe wa mi aja fatu asombi bojam parce que jamora e pio de kan Casamance yo comme mof di mof ana mange jow la tangole na jow parce que temba yo la jata yommi mo kane di ci kantu manji ngarul beto dukal mola mana juk da manji wa fi la fommi de jaay
jamora yo wa ngarlom ole le jingole njirek le jata ke luora ko ka sofora ko kati mofamu gabam
aja imi mikut bukana koli kan man mone kokna mu bute babata jamora kone panku seli mamak akin pukafu nanu pour le mo lako di fuli bafu aw de agnoli après ngaw di aseko monu jikar bu kanako fulay bu enoy
kontane be tanka kontane kore kontana e kola njomde e safa bu kanako njomde safa njomde kaduwa ngawi mitaka elanya bene
kamalor e programme yeti ajamat jiriben alaji modou sanyang fula ya fati arabai si talang sono nyen si wujja si midit kabanan di unyen kamalor
kumbaro drinking and eating bread.
Endeavor over the past several millennia. Today, with the giant leaps that have been made in areas such as communication, power, medicine, and food technology, the world has virtually shrunken to look more and more like a village community. There is increased competition for the world's resources as populations have exploded exponentially. Science and its application, technology, are the tools that humanity has at its disposal to do just this. Technologies that generate power, such as thermal, solar, wind, tidal wave, and others, will be explored. Wireless technologies have revolutionized the way we work, communicate, compute, socialize, and even have fun. This TV program will give you an insider's view on how it all works.